Honoring? Okay. All right. Moving on to presentations, item 5A, introduction of Commission on Ethics Executive Director Mark Bannon. Welcome.
Thank you. Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for the time to speak with you. See, this technology is just not my generation.
We only do it every week. We'll get it right one of these days.
Thank you. With me today is Anthony Bennett, who's our chief investigator now. And Anthony is your liaison to your city. One of the things I did when I took over in December, one of the things I wanted to address was the fact that nobody knew who we were. We're just a name on a board. My wife never complains I'm not loud enough, so I don't so we wanted to get out here and meet everybody. We're going to all of the municipal meetings and some of the others like the CRA and such to meet people, because we're oftentimes confused with the IG. I have all the respect in the world for the IG, and we work things with them on occasion, but we are a separate and independent entity with a different function. What many of you may know is that we investigate ethics complaints. We actually have jurisdiction over 3 different county ordinances, 2 of which apply to Lake Worth. One is the ethics ordinance, and the other is the lobbyist registration ordinance. But more importantly, we do a lot more than investigate things. One of our major services is training and outreach, because one of the things I've known, and those of you who may have met me before, I've been with the Commission, I think, for 5.5 years. I started off as their original investigator. I spent some time as the interim staff counsel. I was obviously interim executive director for a while, and now I'm the executive director. But one of the things we've noticed in 5.5 years is that a very, very high percentage of founded violations that are reported to us, once we get to the root of it, are based on not people trying to get over, but people not understanding how the ethics rules apply. So what we want you all to do, and what we're telling everybody in every municipality, is we offer training. You're certainly welcome to take it online if you need to, but we offer it in person. Myself and my general counsel both offer the training, and we will offer that training anytime you need it. We don't expect you to pay your people overtime to wait for us, or for us to come in only the daytime. I have done trainings at midnight for people. I have done them at 5 in the morning. So when it's convenient for you, that's what we offer you. If you need some training, or you need you're due to be retrained, by all means call us. Because prevention is absolutely the key to what we do. Prevention is so much more important than playing gotcha with a code. I've watched in 5.5 years a change in government throughout this county. And not only in government, in the way people think about government. And it's not just us, it's all of you who have bought into the ethics ordinance and bought into what you must do, and really try to do the right thing. We're here to help you do that. Aside from training and outreach, we also offer advisory opinions. If you have a set of circumstances, particularly one that's new to you, and you're not sure whether you can act in a certain manner under the ethics code, we'll be happy to, number one, call us and tell us your circumstances. We've done over 400 advisory opinions, or just under 400 in 5.5 years. So there's a chance there's already an opinion addressing circumstances very similar to yours. But if there isn't, we will write you another one. There's no limit to the number of opinions we can write. And if you need one for your specific circumstances, we'd be happy to do that. All you have to do is ask us. One of the things that we are asking of you is, when you need our help, ask us. And this is the best part, especially for taxpayers. We're already paid by ad valorem taxes. We have a budget that is paid by county ad valorem taxes. So any service we give you, regardless of whether it's day or night or whatever we need to do for you, you'll never get a bill from us for that. You're already paying for our service. And like any service that you're already paying for, if you're not using it enough, it's not cost effective for you. So we want to be cost effective for you. We want to help you in every way that we can. You can deal with Glenn, and Glenn and I can deal together. You can call us directly. We'll be happy to research the advisory opinions we have, or write a new one. We'll be happy to come out and do training. We'll basically be happy to do whatever you need us to do where we can help you. Anthony, again, is your liaison. All that means, doesn't mean you can't call me. It means that when you guys have asked for something, it's his responsibility to make sure that it's given to you. We have two other staff members that are also North County and Central County, you're considered South County, that are also acting as liaisons. One other thing, I have some very close connections on a personal level to Lake Worth. I live outside the city limits, but for the last 38 years, I've got a Lake Worth mailing address. So, and I spend a lot of time down here at your events and things because I like Lake Worth. I also am very good friends with and actually went to law school with your former captain here, Rollo Silva. Rollo and I worked together in the sheriff's office. I was with the sheriff's office for 25 years. In fact, he was with the Broward Sheriff's Office for nearly 20. So we have a lot of connections. He lives in Green Acres. I live in suburban Palm Springs, suburban Lake Worth. So we're very connected to your city in particular. And me personally, I'm down here a lot. I've seen Commissioner Maxwell many times when we've had events going on in session. So anyway, in ending, because I know you've got real work to do, does anybody have any non-specific questions that I can answer for you today? Well, I want to, yes, sir.
Commissioner Boyd?
Not maybe a question, but just a comment. And it's something that we talked about at the last forum a little bit that I attended. And it's something that I've continued to talk with some of the Good Government Initiative folks from kind of based in Miami-Dade. And that is when you get beyond the, and as you mentioned, the gotcha idea, that's not really what you're about. Ultimately, and I see that you've got on your card, honesty, integrity, character, it's the intent of what this and the IG are out there. And I think, as I've interpreted in some of the discussions that other elected officials and I have had, is that part of what we're trying to do here is raise public trust in elected officials.
Yes.
And so the bar that I've certainly chosen, and I'm hoping that we all have chosen here, is not can you get away with it, but does whatever we do raise the public trust of elected officials, or does it tend to lower it? And I think that's probably, I think I'm not misspeaking in suggesting that that's kind of the intent behind what you're after.
I absolutely agree. That is the reason the IG in my office exists, is to raise the public awareness and public trust in government. One of the things I talk very strongly about is an appearance of impropriety issue as opposed to a violation of the code. And I bring that out for a specific reason. Not everything that's done that people don't like or don't feel it is the right way to do it is going to be a violation of the ethics code. But that can't be the standard, in particular for elected officials, but even those of us that have worked in government for years. The standard has to be, how does this look? Because Justice Stuart Potter used to say, just because you have a right to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. And those of us that serve the government and that are paid or either elected by people or paid by public funds have an obligation to absolutely make sure that things don't even appear to be wrong. So I talk very strongly about that in my training.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I guess I just let her know that Mark and his staff have a very open policy. We call, our office calls his office on a pretty regular basis just for guidance and advice to make sure we're on the right track. Because when you look to us for an opinion, if we have the opportunity to talk to one of you ahead of time, we're going to talk to him. And so that when you're hearing it from us, even though it's not a formal opinion, we're on the same page, we're on the same wavelength, and you know, we're all here for the same purpose, which is, as Olu was saying, improve government, improve the trust in government.
And we want to continue that relationship with all of you and of course with Glenn. Thank you very much for your time, folks.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you very much. Okay.